today I'm going to be teaching you how to write the perfect rhetorical analysis essay. This type of essay is really important for AP Capstone, English 4, and English 3 AP, as well as the SAT essay. These are all examples of rhetorical analysis essays. The first thing that you're going to need to know how to do is how do you interpret the prompt and the stimulus. So the prompt is kind of the question that you're trying to answer, and the stimulus is the reading passage that it gives you to base your response off of. Now, because this is a rhetorical analysis essay, the prompt is always going to be asking you how the author of the passage that they give you is achieving their main point. In order to interpret this properly, you have to identify what their central claim is and then explain or at least identify their subclaims and their line of reasoning. After you do that, then look at the evidence and see what types of tools the author uses in order to push the subclaims and line of reasoning. So let's begin with writing out our introduction. I have a lot of examples on these slides that I'm not really going to be going over. So if you want to pause, feel free to do so and read all of these. But basically, an introduction for a rhetorical analysis essay looks very straightforward. Obviously, you need to have some sort of hook, but especially if you're just starting out, it's not that big of a deal, and I would not recommend spending a whole lot of time working on a good hook because the meat of your essay and the majority of what they're going to be scoring comes from your body paragraphs, not your introduction and not your conclusion. All right? So we're going to get this straight to the point by talking about the author's central claim. The next sentence should be your main thesis, meaning what rhetorical techniques, what evidence, and what line of reasoning is the author going through in order to make that main point. Then you have your body paragraphs. Again, like I said before, your body paragraphs are going to be the meat of your explanation. There's going to be 3 to 4 sentences in each body paragraph for a rhetorical analysis essay. The first is basically the author's first subclaim. So the way that you're going to split up this essay is you're going to split it up into 3 subclaims, and each of the subclaims is going to be 1 body paragraph. Now the second and third, and if needed, 4th sentence is going to basically be explaining the rhetorical choices that the author made in order to properly support this subclaim. And then at the very end of that paragraph, you want to talk about how that subclaim and all that they did to support that subclaim goes back into supporting the central claim. And lastly, we have our conclusion. Again, there's no need to make it a big deal because it's just summarizing what we said through all of our body paragraphs and also summarizing what we said in our introduction. So going into it a little bit more, I like to kind of see this entire essay as kind of in a little hourglass shape, meaning that the intro and the conclusion needs to be really specific, and then the meat of the body paragraph needs to be really specific. Use specific evidence from the passage, and then every single sentence needs to be really specific because you don't have a lot of time, so you're going to write really less amount of information. So everything that you write needs to be very valuable information. Okay, so here are my final thoughts about this idea. It's not that hard, okay? A lot of the times, people are like, oh my gosh, essay writing, oh my gosh, essay writing. It's not that hard, though. It's all about stamina. That's what these AP exams, SAT, all of these only look for: stamina, endurance, and how seriously are you really going to take this? Because that's the whole point, is to see your college readiness. And in order to be college ready, you need to be able to put in the effort for it. The work, effort, and time into it. And if you can do that, it's going to be really simple to get an amazing essay down. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Hope you have a great day. Bye.